really like to live in Italy?
We are two Italian sisters living in Italy, and that's a great question.
Thank you.
Because we do get asked.
No, we do get asked. And that's not true. People always say, "Oh, you're so blessed to live in Italy. You're so lucky to live in Italy." As if Italy was, magic wonderland, which in a way it is, but
in a way it is.
In a way it is.
In a way
we are blessed and we're grateful and we are very happy. But how do you say in English? Non tutto ciò che luccica.
Not everything that shines is gold.
Yes.
But we're not here to talk about the negative things about Italy. We're here to have a very honest conversation.
We always have very honest conversations.
I would say that, first of all, Italy has 20 regions. Okay?
It's pretty big, and the north is very different from the south.
Yes, so there are 20 different regions in Italy, and they could not be more different one from the other. So when you say Italy, it's like, well, there's some regions in northern Italy that are actually like fairy tale places.
Yeah, that's true.
And also down south. So, what is it like? I must say, first of all, there are some things that are similar across all of Italy. And I would say what I really like about Italians, because at the end you live in a country, but then you have to, put up with the people of it. Imagine me with my sister. Anyway, they're really nice. They're very friendly and they are quite funny.
That's true. Now, as a snobby Italian, no. So Italy is shaped like a boot, okay, or like a leg. Let's call it like a boot. I like to call it like a boot. And so sort of picture it sort of divided in three areas. You have the north, the center, and the south. And they are very, very, very different for so many aspects, but also the people are very particular. Well, so first we are in Rome, we live in Rome, we are from Rome, and so obviously the Romans are the coolest. They're just so funny. We have so much fun. People are just funny. They have a sense of humor that's incredible. The more north you go, maybe the less open they are, and the south they're fun too. They're more difficult to understand when they speak dialect, but yes, that's fun too.
Yeah, I would say definitely it's the attitude towards life.
Brava, that's a very good point.
The attitude towards life in Italy, and you've probably seen it, in 2020, how we just turn things into jokes. Yeah. We joke about our own tragedies and we make fun of our own things. And that's a way to face life that I really like about Italians all across of Italy, because they each have their own little humor, regional, different kind of humor, but I would say that un filo conduttore.
Yeah, that's true.
It's I don't know how you say it. It's just like this
fil rouge. I can't say it.
It's like the string that holds everything together. Is probably this attitude that they have.
Yeah, this attitude towards life, and it's generous. It's sort of it's a very particular survival mode. Now, this has nothing to do with survival mode, but many years ago, I remember when I was already here. Many years ago, a couple of years ago, when they made seatbelts mandatory in Naples, they came out with these T-shirts with a black stripe like this, if you were driving, so that it seemed as if you had the seatbelt on, but you really did not. So it's just a funny kind of population. But other than the people, we're blessed to have a great climate.
We are, some regions more than others. Rome, we're blessed to have. Central, so when we talk about Rome, we're talking about the central part of Italy, south, and the islands. We are blessed to have almost an always sunny day. And that is why I think climate affects the people a lot.
No, it definitely does. Imagine living in a place that is always dark and you don't have access to sunlight. The fact that you wake up in the morning, I'm like that. I don't know how you say it in English, meteoropatica. Like The weather does affect me a lot.
Yeah, so in the more like northern sort of regions that like during the winter it's foggy, they're just different.
They're different.
They may be a little bit they may be a little bit more closed, a little bit more reserved, but other than the attitude, what else? What is it like to live in Italy?
Well, we can't complain about the food.
We can't complain
We
about
cannot
the
complain
food.
about the food because the most, traveling throughout Italy, we always say that there's no such thing as Italian food. So throughout each of the 20 regions that you go to, you find amazing local dishes and wines and olive oils and just that. Yeah, the food we can't complain. You eat well everywhere in Italy. There's not one region
Yeah.
that you would say, no, I don't like it.
Also, I think that we in Italy, we are very well taken care of by the state, I
That's
would
true.
say. We have a great health system, which is important,
Oh, it's very important.
We have a great health system that, allows all sorts of family. Obviously, there are some flaws, like in everywhere, there are some flaws, but looking at the big picture, we are very well taken care of. The thing that I like about Italy is that we have that mentality of being flexible enough. I've been in some countries where the rules are the rules and the rules are the rules. It's either
Boom,
that or that. Here it's like the rule, but then, okay, fine, just for this time though. And so it's that being flexible that allows you to get some things accomplished. It's not too narrow-minded.
Except if you have cappuccino afternoon. That is a no.
I would say that open mentality is, they really do think about, not just about the law, they also think about the person.
The person, yes, and that does make a difference.
That does make a difference. I've personally experienced that.
But this is also towards foreigners also, because if a
Also.
foreigner has a health problem here in our country, they're taken care of too very well. And so that is a blessing too.
I like that. I like that attitude of you need a little flexibility. I'm not saying that you should not have laws, you should not have rules. Absolutely no, that would drive anybody crazy.
Yeah. But you have to know how to balance things out in a correct way. That's it.
What else is it like? Well, lately I've seen a lot on social media. I happen to find a lot of foreigners, many North Americans, that have like their profile, which is how they moved to Italy.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because, we live in Italy and we have traveled, but it's interesting to see some things that foreigners are just amazed by in the lifestyle when they come here, and they're like, oh my gosh, in my country, this would never happen. And just like at the restaurant, they were so nice to my daughter, or just like at the restaurant. What is it like to come to Italy? Well, at the restaurant, you just enjoy. Italians enjoy every minute. Some regions are more work. Other regions are more laid back.
Yeah. And because for us, eating is a social moment. For us, eating is a moment of sharing, of love. So when we go out to eat at a restaurant, you take your time and you eat, and nobody's going to rush you, nobody's going to kick you out. They don't have a table change. The more down south you go, the more late you will eat. So it's a joyful moment, and
for us to enjoy, but for like the owners of the restaurants and of the cafes, for them it's really important that you enjoy the moment. So actually, when you do have kids, obviously we're generally talking.
Yes.
Will really pay attention. They will bring things for your kids. You have like little. They have special attention for families.
And also animals, because I've been noticing a lot of people tell us, you guys are so dog friendly. We are allowed to bring our dogs inside the supermarkets. We are allowed to bring our dogs at restaurants. I mean, obviously you have to, some restaurants might have an etiquette that they don't want to. I'm sure that if you bring a dog to a 3 Michelin restaurant, it's not going to be well accepted. But generally, yes, we are very dog friendly. country, and that is also important.
That's true, because I was expecting, we always travel with a dog. Well, she has a dog, I have a dog. And so when we travel with our dog, I was expecting in other countries to, be more welcoming, which I understand and respect, but that made me think that maybe in Italy... Every foreign, every person that's something that they point out. You guys are such a dog-friendly nation. Dogs are everywhere. People are with their dogs. You take them inside the supermarket. You can't walk them inside the supermarket. They have the little cart where you put the dog in a little basket behind, and so obviously a dog like yours at the supermarket. It would never even occurred to me to bring my dog to the supermarket. No, mine she has a blast every time we go to the supermarket, so that's fine. And so that's another point. And another thing that I like about Italy, which I was surprised because I don't consider us to be like the most evolved country in the world, is about how you can move from one place to another in Italy, because it's a very small country. It's boot shaped, but at the end of the day, it's not big. And we have apparently, wow, fast train.
Which we're so surprised that in many other countries in the world, we don't want to talk about anyone in particular, but for example, we have people in the States that they said that they have to cross the country. They have to take the plane. There is no railway station, and you have a lot. Our country is sort of complicated. Like we have the Apennines that sort of cross in the middle. We have water on both ends, but everybody's surprised by our train system, and sometimes we complain about it. If they're 5 minutes late, we complain about it, but they are spectacular. And if you have to travel from north to south, perfect.
The fast train. You go from Milan to Rome in 3 hours. From Rome to Florence or Rome to Naples in an hour and a half. And it's just like one train after the other. It's
clean, nice.
They serve.
Air conditioned. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. So that is another thing, which is great because...
And we take for granted, and it's not
it would never occur to me to get a plane to travel within Italy.
No.
There is no reason.
Maybe to go to Sicily.
Maybe to go to an island. Sicily, Sardinia.
But if not, train all the time. We'd have a beautiful video on YouTube. We went to Naples. We took the train. We were there in an hour. We didn't even notice. We had a great 2 days in Naples, and we took the train back. So it's doable. You go to Florence for the day. You can do it. For the day, it's challenging, but still it's doable because we have a great train system.
Okay, so we said that Italy is super friendly. Their people are happy. If they're not, they always find a way to be happy. We're very well taken care of. We've got a great train system. We've got a great health system.
The food
is amazing.
The wine isn't bad either.
Yeah. And let's talk about things that may not, like sort of things.
Il traffico.
The traffic. The traffic.
Traffic, yes. Traffic is challenging.
Yes. Many
also because we don't live in we don't. Okay, we talk for Rome. Okay, because we live here, and so for we do not have the possibility to have a lot of parking spots because, as you know, Rome is lasagna. So every time they dig, they find something that's thousands of years old, and so you don't have these parking lots. So traffic is a challenge. Yes,
traffic is a challenge. And
finding places to park is a challenge.
Yes.
But we walk a lot for this reason, because once you find a place to park, then you walk a lot, and we tend to walk a lot.
We walk a lot because we have many towns, or like even in the city center, the public transportation is pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty okay. Some cities may be a little dirty, so maybe if you've come to Rome, it could be cleaner.
It could definitely be cleaner, yes.
So you could see piles of trash.
It's a little bit better, but yes, it's not. It could definitely be cleaner. Yes.
It could definitely be cleaner. Then, but I think this happens in every country with tourists in the world. There are some people do take advantage of tourists. Unfortunately, it could be taxi drivers, it could be restaurants. They take advantage where they tell you that the food is local and then it's very cheap. But I think that could also be, I mean, even people traveling should be a little bit more informed, or you need to know that if somebody's trying to pull you in the restaurant,
You don't go.
You don't go.
don't
Or if you have like a menu outside full of pictures.
In 25 languages.
Right. Or if you have like a pizza standing there with pasta, when they really have to showcase what they prepare, then that's not the place that you would want to go. That is something that, you know, we live again in Rome, but there's so many places. If you go to Venice, I've seen so many touristy places with many tourists enjoying their meal.
Yes, which
fine. I mean, everybody's free to do what they want, but there are smarter ways to enjoy the authenticity of Rome, and I think that avoiding tourist traps is one of them. And so, you know, everybody, business is business, and so
business is business, that's true.
But that could happen. I would also say Italy, because I was having this conversation yesterday with a non-Italian friend, and I would say Italy, to say something good again about Italy, is that Italy is pretty much a safe country.
Oh, that's very important. Yes, Italy is a safe country.
We take it for granted.
It's a safe, yeah. I mean, we have no problem walking around the center of Rome at 2 a.m. Not that we ever do, but easily. Our kids, it's packed with people. It feels generally very safe, and that's a feeling that a lot of people get also.
Yeah, that's what I say. You know, maybe in some cities there are some neighborhoods that you should avoid, but I've traveled a lot throughout Italy, and it's pretty much just in the city center. You can get lost in little side streets, and there is nothing to worry about. It's safe. Obviously, you may get pickpocketed or
find the drunk occasional
okay,
person,
then you have to obviously not walk in a park at 4 a.m. in the morning. I mean, those like basic safety rules, but I would say Italy is very safe.
Yeah. And another beautiful thing about Italy is that it is completely nature-wise, it is a country that has everything. We have white sands, we have mountains, we have snow, we have countryside. There is literally any kind of nature thing that you want, we have it. And that's so beautiful. It could not be more diverse, from the north, the Dolomiti, La Sardegna, and it's just spectacular.
It's like hundreds of little countries within one country. And I was going to say something, but I forgot.
Okay, well, that does happen when you get of a certain
when you age. I knew you were going to say that. And
well, I think we said a lot of pretty nice things and real things, and we're not being.
Yeah, we're being very honest. Actually, I just remembered. I really enjoy living in Italy. As I'll share it in a video here on the link above. We lived and we grew up for 18 years in different countries. So it's not the only country where we lived, Italy. It's our home country. And I must say that I really enjoy living in Italy. I don't know if I want to, now home is Rome, but it could be somewhere else. But for me, it would still have to be Italy. I just love the climate. I love the people. I really enjoy the ingredients.
The diversity of the food.
I love that I can go from one place to another, from the mountains to the lakes without having to travel for like hours and hours and hours. And, you can go from north to south in like 6 hours by train. And I like that. The accessibility, it's not a very expensive country.
No, it's not.
Some cities.
Some cities are more expensive than others.
Are more expensive
generally,
than others.
It's not an expensive country. The quality of the ingredients are very high. We tend to love to cook from scratch. We eat well. We eat healthy. The famous Mediterranean diet. We don't want to brag to say we have it all, but
yeah.
But we're lucky, to be where we are, and Italy is this funny looking country shaped like a boot, and it's a nice boot.
It's a nice boot, and it's the lifestyle here is relaxed. You know,
Oh,
we
yes.
work a lot.
We work hard, but we also know how to
Maybe-
enjoy life.
Yes, some regions think that they work harder than others.
Yes, like some regions.
Some regions.
Some regions.
But we all work hard, but then we can just like unplug for those, 5-10 minutes just to breathe again. There is not this obsession about this success thing that I see in other cultures. It's all about achievement, which is important, but it's very stressful. While here, it's not that people are not stressed, it's not that people don't want to work, it's not that people don't want to achieve. It's just done in a more relaxed way.
And also something beautiful, not just because they keep popping up like that, is the sense of family, which I
Yes.
think we have a beautiful sense of family, and that is some like I know that people make fun of us from other countries. I mean, we get made fun of for this sense of family, but it's beautiful. It's very
It's
nice.
family, it's family with children, but what I love the most, it's family with the elderly.
Yeah.
The elderly people are very important to us. They are just like, they are our history, and they are, you just see how much we value the elderly people, and I think that's beautiful, because they are a huge important part of our culture.
Yeah.
So yes, I personally must say that as an Italian living in Italy and having lived in other countries and having traveled a lot, I really love living in Italy.
Yeah, I must say that the same. Sometimes I'm like, I want to go. No, but then go, but then you always want to come back. And so if you want to come back, it's home. This is home, and it's a wonderful country to be able to call
Yeah.
home. Wherever in Italy, it's
Wherever
a great
in Italy,
country
because
to
for
be
me,
called
home can be in different parts. Can be in different parts depending on what I need. If I need to be in touch with nature, I know where I go. If I just need to just relax, I know where to go. I know the feeling that each different place in Italy gives you.
and that's magical.
And that's it. It is a privilege. It is a privilege. And people enjoy the simple things in life. That's also something that for me is very important. Like, you really contemplate the smell of a lemon. For us,
You
it's just like,
contemplate sitting down in a piazza and having an aperitivo. I think we should go have an aperitivo after, since we always talk about enjoying life. Wouldn't you like to have an aperitivo with me after?
yes.
Good. Sitting down on a piazza, watching people go by, enjoying sunset, enjoying the day, that's something beautiful that we.
And that's one of the things that I've heard the most, going back to the conversation we were having about the foreigners moving to Italy. It's just that, as if people never stop and just wow, look at the colors of the sky, which is something that we always do in Rome, because Rome has the most magnificent sunset colors.
And also
But it's just
the
that.
most magnificent blue skies. I mean, sometimes the sky is so blue that when we post it, it's like, that a filter? It's not a filter. That was the color of the sky.
So I would say it's the awareness that we have in the things that really do make a difference in life, because at the end we're all rushing and running and achieving and trying to, but then you stop and you realize that the real important things are like having an aperitivo with my sister.
It's important.
It's important. And that half an hour, more than half an hour.
More than
That
half
half an hour spent together, just talking and just that. That is, I think, is the essence of Italy, and that is why
Sitting at the dinner table, lunch table, the family.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many buses. If not, this is going to be like a 5-hour video. So, because
Yeah.
there's so much.
There's so much. And this is what it's like to live in Italy.